Everybody wake up. It's time to get back to work. I know you were up all night watching Super Bowl commercials, watching the most boring Super Bowl ever, including the halftime show, and I'm even a Maroon 5 fan. So, hey, this week I'm trying an experiment. I just have this passion for pouring into people who call Life Church home, as well as equipping, encouraging, firing up church leaders, pastors, church planters. And so I'm trying an experiment this week. This Monday through Thursday, I'm going live 8:30 a.m. Monday through Thursday on both my YouTube page and on my Facebook page. And we'll see if this is helpful to anybody. If you like it, then like it and subscribe and share. And if you don't like it, then bye, Felicia. But I just want to encourage you, equip you for a fantastic first full week of February. And we're on Facebook at High Five John. And then we're on YouTube, which I don't have the name for the YouTube yet because you have to have 100 subscribers before you can get the name High Five John. So I need you to go on YouTube and search me and like my page because it's nameless. Anyhow, I'm in my office right now, Monday morning. I love Mondays because Sunday is gone. And yet Monday night, we have a fourth worship experience. It's kind of like a bonus. It's fun because the worship band by then has, done the songs 2 or 3 times on Sunday. And so Monday night, they just bring it. And I've already done the message a number of times. So basically the best message is on Monday nights here at Life Church's Saginaw campus. So if you're in the area, come check us out. Hey, some books you need to read this February. You really do. I'm not getting a kickback on any of this. I just find this super, super helpful in my life to always be reading, always be learning. I don't want to ever become arrogant and feel like I know it all. And leaders are readers. So these are some books I recommend. We are in Genesis, wrapping up Genesis right now at Life Church. We just did the life of Joseph yesterday and tonight. We talked all about, what was really going on in the heart of Joseph. This guy gets betrayed by his brothers and completely misunderstood, eventually ends up in solitary confinement because he was doing the right thing. And yet it says over and over in the Joseph narrative that the Lord was with him. The Lord was with him. And so eventually he gets elevated to vice president. Pretty good story. He gets married. He has 2 sons. And in Genesis, it says that Joseph named his 2 sons really interesting names. The firstborn was Manasseh, which means forget about it. So he named his firstborn forget about it. And the reason why is Joseph, who had been wounded in his past, he had a lot of pain in his heart. Joseph had walled off his pain. He had never dealt with the rejection and the issues between him and his brothers. So his firstborn is Manasseh, forget about it. And then his secondborn was Ephraim, which means fruitful. The Lord has made me fruitful. And so it was interesting. I shared this at Life Church. I'll share it again tonight at 7:30. He's now the vice president. He is second in command, second only to the Pharaoh. God has elevated him to power and riches. Joseph has chariots and slaves and money. He could take chariots and head up north to Canaan to confront his brothers about the past issues, the past wounds and sins, and to seek healing and forgiveness. And yet Joseph doesn't. He's walled off the pain in his heart. And so it just made for an interesting conversation yesterday during the messages at Life Church that you can try to forget the past, but the past will not forget about you. You can wall off the pain. You can decide not to deal with it. But the past has this interesting way of always creeping back into your reality. If you don't go back and deal with your past wounds, they will follow you. Someone will accidentally, harmlessly, they'll touch one of your red buttons. They'll hit one of your emotional triggers, and you will either erupt like a Hulk or you'll shut down like a turtle and go in your shell because the wound from your past is not healed. And meanwhile, the person that touched that hot button, they're like, what the heck? What happened? Because it's not, the issue's not about them. It's about something in your past. And so the story of Joseph says you have to go back and confront it and deal with it. You cannot heal what you're not willing to feel. And listen, I'm married to a counselor. I see a Christian counselor. Everybody should go see a counselor. We all have issues. And the number one thing that counselors are trained to help you do is to unpack past wounds that you've walled off, just like Joseph. And you have to allow yourself to feel the full weight and gravity of the wound, because you cannot heal what you're unwilling to feel. I got lots of verses from scripture. The whole book of James is all about this. James says, confess your sin so that you will be healed. So feel the full gravity and ownership of your sin so that you will be healed. You cannot heal what you are unwilling to feel. And so God in the story will bring Joseph back to the past. And so we unpack that more in the message. Come out to Life Church tonight at 7:30 for our Monday night worship experience to get the message. But some books that I recommend to lifers or to people who are either dealing with past wounds, and really who isn't, or who are trying to help loved ones with past wounds. There's a ton of books. Some I got in my hand here, and then some I don't, but you can write these down. And again, I'm not getting a kickback or anything. These are just books that I highly recommend. And leaders are readers. When you stop reading, you stop leading. So let me share with you some books about this, and then I'll share with you some books I just got from Amazon that I'm going to be reading this month. And it would be cool if some of you jumped in and read too. We'll start our own little Oprah book club, right? So some books that'll help you with past wounds. If you're a leader, one of the best books, this was given to me by my buddy Perry Noble. It's Leading with a Limp by Dr. Dan Allender. And he's a Christian counselor out of Washington State. This book is fantastic. If you are a leader of any kind, especially in church world, you are leading with a limp, just like Jacob. And the whole idea of the book, it says weakness, don't lead without it. It's about taking full advantage of your most powerful weakness. And so Leading with a Limp, Dr. Allender, totally recommend that book, especially for leaders or parents, because, hey, parenting kids, you will get wounded. Another great book, How People Grow, or is it How People Change? I can't remember the title. It's either How People Grow or How People Change by Paul David Tripp. I had the good fortune of having dinner with Dr. Tripp a number of years ago, and he handed me his book. I think it's How People Change. And the cover is horrible. He needs a new cover artist. It's like a white cover and a little tree or something. But the inside of it, oh my goodness. Amber and I read through that book once a year. It will help you understand yourself. It will help you understand your spouse or your loved ones. It will help you heal from past wounds you've walled off. And so Paul David Tripp, it's How People Change, I believe, or How People Grow. Highly recommend. He's a good guy. I like Dr. Tripp. Good guy. Funny over dinner. He's got this huge mustache, one of those 1880s big cowboy mustache kind of things. Crazy smart. Another book I highly recommend, lifers especially. Look, you need to get this book by Timothy Keller. Anything by Tim Keller, you need to read. He's Yoda, basically. This book, though, Amber and I really enjoyed. It's called Encounters with Jesus. And what he does is he takes some of the encounters that Jesus has with people, like the woman at the well, or just individuals that are just quick little snapshots in the Gospels, but then he really unpacks what's going on. And this is a fantastic book, Unexpected Answers to Life's Biggest Questions. Amber and I devoured this book. Fantastic book. Highly recommend that. It will also help you with past hurts. A book I mentioned during the message yesterday is Emotionally Healthy Spirituality by Pete Scazzaro. He's a Christian pastor in New Jersey. That book, oh my goodness. Actually, some of what you were learning in the message, Week 5 of God With Us, was straight from Emotionally Healthy Spirituality. And again, that's another book that Amber and I pull out once a year because we have so much underlying and we have so much more work to do in our own lives. Emotionally Healthy Spirituality with Pete Scazzaro. One last book on this topic, John Piper, Pierced by the Word. These are just quick little devotionals, but it's super meaty, super good stuff. Pierced by the Word, 31 Meditations for Your Soul. Highly, highly, highly recommend. If you're in pain or trying to understand rejection in your life, or why am I walking through this horrible crisis, you need to start adding some John Piper to your library. This is the only thing that will keep you sane in this crazy world. So those are books that I recommend based off of week 5 of God with Us. Lots of bonus online resources on the Life Church website. Daily devotionals, bonus study materials that I didn't get to in the message. That we've even put the life group stuff up. There's a 10-minute video from me, a teaching video that you can grab. It's all free. lifechurchmichigan.com/godwithus. These are 3 books that I just got from Amazon. Woohoo! Leaders are readers. And I thought you'd be interested to see what I'm reading just to be growing. So the first book I just got literally out of the box is called The Experience by Bruce Lafleur and Brian Church. It's called The Experience, the 5 Principles of Disney Service and Relationship Excellence. So this is all about how does, when you go to Disney World, it's magical. It's amazing. They don't even call them employees. They're cast members. And if you know anything about my heart, man, I will do anything short of sin to create a holy wow experience on Sundays for our guests. And so I want to raise my bar and learn more and then pour it into our lifers. So this is a book I'm reading about. Just got that. Another book, Gary Vaynerchuk, Crushing It, How Great Entrepreneurs Build Their Business and Influence, and how you can too. And so this is all about communication and reaching more people far from God. That's the lens I see it through. So I'm reading Crushing It. And then the last book I got is Bob Goff and his daughter, Lindsay, just put out Love Does for Kids. And Bob's a friend of ours. He's come and spoken at Life Church and done some video stuff for us. But this is so cool. It's Love Does, which is his fantastic 1 million copy bestseller. And this is a version for kids that just came out. It's got some really cool illustrations. And I cannot wait to dive into this. And maybe I'll read some of these to my kids too. But anything written by Bob Goff, you have to get. His new book, Everybody Always. Oh, so good. So good. So those are books that you need to read this February. If you like what you see, hit the like, hit the love, hit the share, and go onto YouTube. I have a new YouTube channel, but I don't have enough subscribers yet to have my own YouTube name. You have to have like 100 subscribers, I guess. I don't know. So go on to YouTube and look me up. Search Jonathan Heron or search High Five John or search Life Church Michigan, and hopefully it pops up and you can hit subscribe on YouTube. And then if 100 of you do that, that would be awesome. That would be so cool. All right. If this is helpful, pass it along. We'll do this again tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Just a crazy experiment, Monday through Thursday this week. I'm just coming on live at 8:30 to encourage you, to get you fired up. Come on. Come on. Today is, you got a fresh start, fresh, clean Etch-a-Sketch. Whatever happened yesterday, you can't do anything about it. There's no use worrying about tomorrow. I think Jesus talked about this. Go after it today. Crush it. Hustle. Do it, man. Just do it. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. And Joseph, his story is that whether you are in the palace of the Pharaoh or you're in the prison, solitary confinement, the same phrase is used over and over in the Joseph narrative. The Lord was with him. And Joseph succeeded at everything because the Lord was with him. The Lord is with you. So fearlessly move forward. Have that difficult conversation. Pick up that book and do some heart surgery. I'll see you again tomorrow, 8:30 a.m., YouTube, Facebook, or tonight here at Life Church Saginaw for our 7:30 p.m. Monday Night Worship Experience. Sayonara. We'll see ya.